guys, I'm Heidi with A&P Bible Church and welcome. We are so glad you guys are here and we want to thank you guys all again. This past month especially has been crazy for our little church with switching over our group from being on Facebook groups to coming on to apbiblechurch.com. We have our own group message board there that we've been able to connect on. We've also switched over our service for how we're live streaming each week. We've had so much going on, so much growing, so much changing, and we're just so excited to see where the Lord might take it next. And so many of you might have already noticed, but on February 1st, we sent out a little newsletter. We thought, especially with everything going on, all the changes, all the new faces around here, it would be just a great idea to put together a little newsletter of sorts to share with everyone so that way everybody can kind of get all of the info, all of the things. We know it can be so easy to overlook things or not see them, especially with our new board. There's been so many changes to it, so trying to keep up with all the notifications, some of it can be a little difficult. And so we sent out that newsletter, but I also wanted to pop on here and record just kind of a video version of the monthly newsletter, just to catch all of you up with everything that's going on. Again, it's because we thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all so much. And we want to make sure that we are serving you all to the best of our ability. And whatever the Lord might put before us to do with this little church, that we really are serving you guys, because that's what it's all for. It's for you. And so I kind of wanted to just run through our little newsletter with you guys. I will go ahead and link it down in the comments below. If you didn't get it, that way you can get online and see the whole thing. Of course, if you just go to our website, apbiblechurch.com, down on the bottom of any of our pages, if you put your email address in there, that will be the email that we will send out the future newsletters to. So make sure you are on there so that way come March 1st, you get yours. If there is anything that you would like to see in the newsletter, anything you might want to offer or share, anything like that, it's for our whole community. It's for the fellowship here. So anything that you would like to be heard or be shared in it, just reach out and let me know. We will happily do that. You can email us at apbiblechurch@gmail.com. So that way I will get that and can check that out and talk with you about that. So again, just kind of wanted to run through here a little bit. Again, first and foremost, always thanking you guys for everything and introducing the newsletter a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk about marking our calendars. So with the switch, we are now completely over running everything off of the group over on apbiblechurch.com, which means that we're not going to be putting everything on Facebook anymore. So if you have not come over to join us already, please come and do so. Again, I will leave the links to all of the things down below in the description so you can come and do so. We're going to start kind of closing up some of the Facebook stuff. We're working on backing up the Facebook stuff so that way we're not losing any of the valuable information that's been shared on there for the past year, especially from Pastors Brandon and Travis, making sure we have that information over. But events and stuff, that's one thing. If you go onto apbiblechurch.com and scroll down to the bottom of the page, there is a calendar there where you can see all of the events laid out. If you click on them, you can even RSVP to them. That will add it into your calendar on your phone. You can set reminders, whatever it is. If you are on the Wix app or just in the group itself, if you're on either of those, you can also click on the events page there and see a list of all the different events and things going on. It doesn't have the feature like Facebook groups where it just automatically will let you know when something's going live or anything like that, but all of those are there. You just click on them, click RSVP. That can allow you to set a reminder up within your phone or just simply sit down with your calendar when you get this handy dandy little newsletter, mark them all down, set reminders in your phone, whatever you need to do so that way you can be there. One of the features that I'm actually kind of excited about is when we live stream church services, you need to be there during the time that they are live stream. Otherwise, there is going to be a little bit of a delay before you can access the replay of it. So I know for some of you, you're in different countries. We've got people all around the globe and things happen. We get it. It's okay. But for those of us who can make it a priority to be there during the live sessions, that's going to be your best bet as far as getting these things right away. So to mark your calendars, You guys, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. I have it pinned on the new group on apbiblechurch.com. It is pinned under the topic monthly hymn study or hymn of the month. I think I wrote monthly hymn study. So I'm pretty sure what I did. If you click on the hymn topic, you can see the introduction. Emily introduced us to our new hymn of the month, their study packet materials, and all of the things. So make sure you go and pull that up, watch the replay so that you can learn more about the hymn that we're going to be studying together as a church family this month. Study the packets with your kids. Go on YouTube and share with us what are your favorite versions of that hymn. It is a beautiful, deep hymn this month, you guys. And the study packets have great stuff in them, so make sure you go and check that out. Of course, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pastor Brandon is doing his Revelation study. And then we also do a prayer gathering portion of our midweek service as well. So although he won't be technically in Revelation every single week, it's the study of Revelation and then also just like kind of end times related messages on Wednesday nights. These are not public. So if you go to our website, apbiblechurch.com, there's a box up at the top that says live stream, right? Where you can click to go and watch the live stream. You can do that during the live on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, you just go to apbiblechurch.com or apbible.online.church. Either or will get you directly to that live stream when it's happening. So that's Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss service and you need the replay, Wednesday nights is not backed up to the public YouTube or to the podcast, which I will talk about in a moment. You can only access Wednesday night service from inside of the group. So just heads up, because there is the prayer portion of that stays kind of within the church body there. So that way people's prayer requests and information that's private, that we're keeping in there. So if you need to catch the replay, you have missed it, you do need to come and be a part of our church group, a member of the church in that right. And there is a topic, of course, just like the hymn, there's a topic for Wednesday evening prayer message and prayer gathering. So that is there. If you click on that, you can get the replay links and access it that way if you need to. But it's not public in that way. So go ahead and mark your calendars. We've got, Wednesday the 3rd, Wednesday the 10th, the 17th, and 24th. Make sure you have those nights marked so that way you can come and join Pastor Brandon for that. Then, of course, Saturday, the 6th, this upcoming Saturday, and for the first Saturday of every month going forward, Lord willing, at noon Eastern Standard Time, we are going to do a church fellowship Zoom call. I'm super excited. This month will be the first month that we've started it, but the first Saturday of every month at noon, we are going to get on a Zoom call. Of course, come and join in to our church group to get the details to that. As these things are coming up, I will pin these posts on the top, or of course, you can get that little topic to select from on the side of the group and just pick the topic to get directly to these posts. But we are going to get on a Zoom call and just get to chat with one another. Even if you're shy and you need to keep the camera turned to the other way, if being on camera weirds you out or whatever it is, just come say, hey, we are your church family and we want to get the opportunity to get to know one another, to get to chit chat, to get to visit. We'll probably go on for an hour or so. So if you need to pop in, pop out, whatever, just come say hi. It's very informal, just kind of hanging out and visiting with one another. So this Saturday, the 6th at noon, please come and join us. I'm so looking forward to it. Then the first Sunday of every month, so this Sunday, the 7th, we will have our regularly scheduled Sunday Bible service at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with Pastor Brandon. At the end of service, the first Sunday of every month, we will be partaking in communion together. So it works out really perfect because this Sunday we are finishing up Matthew with the crucifixion of Christ, which is such a huge topic to be studying through. And then to partake in communion together after that, really cool timing and how the Lord worked all of that out. So be sure to have your fruit of the vine and your bread. If you have unleavened bread, matzos, if you're making some challah, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you have that stuff ready so that way after service we can all sit down together and partake in communion. So going forward, just make sure throughout the month, every Sunday, of course, Pastor Brandon teaches at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. And then every other evening, Pastor Travis teaches at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that puts Pastor Travis, he will be teaching on the 14th and the 28th. It looks like. So again, I'm just kind of going through these. You guys make sure you mark them all in your calendars, set alarms, whatever you need to do so that way you can come over and join us. The next kind of cool thing that's going to happen, so like I said, go back and watch the hymn introduction video and get those study packets to go over with your family, listen to them. I put them all on a YouTube playlist. Our family, every morning, I love just playing the whole playlist over and over and over again, and that's how we learn the hymns. And then we have the Zoom call the first Saturday, communion first Sunday after service, and then our regular services on Sundays and Wednesdays. The last thing that you need to note for this month specifically is on Friday the 26th, so the last Friday of the month at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Emily is going to lead us in the Art and Worship Zoom call. So she introduces the hymn at the beginning of the month, and then towards the end of the month, we have a Zoom call where she teaches us through, we've done watercolor, we've done chalk, we did some cool salt tricks, but she gives us an art lesson based off of the hymn that we are studying that month. And it is such a great time. The whole family, young and old, everyone, we come and we sit down, we get on the Zoom call. She'll put together a really simple lesson. Even if you're like me and you have like no artistic talent, you can still do it, and it is a ton of fun. She gives us our items that we're going to need, makes it very, very simple, walks us all through it. It's a great time to read scripture, to create this art. We sing the hymn and do all of those things together. So mark your calendars for the 26th and come and join us for that. It is always so much fun. And Emily, again, we thank you for all of the things that you do for us. So that is all of our events that, again, you guys, not that you can see this, if you go ahead and get this, you can see all of February's events, so that way you can mark your calendars. Again, if you haven't joined us with the group, come and do that, because that's where everything is going to end up getting back to. If you have any questions, if you have come over and you have joined the new group, you have any questions, I have linked down below the newsletter, and in the newsletter I have linked the videos I have done on trying to explain how to work the app, how to work the website, how to get to the live streams, how to create your account, how to do all of the things. If you still have questions, just reach out and let us know. We are happy to answer them and help you if we can. The next fun little thing that we have for this month is, when you get to it here, we're doing a little Love Your Neighbor Family Challenge for the month of February. So I don't know if your kids are like this, but my girls are obsessed with Valentine's Day. I think it's because all the stuff in the stores is just super duper cute. It really is all pretty adorable. And I'm not a Valentine's Day friend. We don't do Valentine's Day here for many reasons, but they just always love the stuff and can never quite get over just how cute all of the things are. And so we told them for this month, on February 12th, we will do a Love Your Neighbor Day. Today, actually, we had part one where we kind of tried out some of the fun things they wanted to do to prepare for February 12th. But we want to look at this month and say, okay, if everybody's doing that, that's not what we're going to do necessarily, but there's always a good time to remember how important it is to love our neighbor and our neighbors outside of the home and inside of the home. Because who is our neighbor? Our neighbor is everyone around us, right? And what did Christ himself say? He said that the biggest commandment, right? The number one thing that we can do is love our neighbors, because when we are loving others, we can fulfill all of the commands, right? Paul goes on to continue to talk about all of the things that you do. If you're not doing them with love, you're nothing. You're just noise. You're just flapping out there in the wind, literally accomplishing nothing. And so looking at different ways, we shared a few here, 5 different ways that we can be loving our neighbors. We can pray for them by name, right? We can stop and say hello. Do you get an opportunity to normally do that with your neighbors who live around you? We can meet a tangible need. Is there something that we see that we can do? That's for outside of the home and inside, right? Can we bring in someone's trash for them? Can we mow someone's lawn? Can we help someone fix something? Can we be extra loving and patient with brothers and sisters, right? What can we do to meet that tangible need? Host a reception in our home. Of course, we see Jesus doing it all the time. We see that the example I gave here was with Matthew when he invites everybody into his home. But can we open our homes to our neighbors? And then one kind of based off of that is this fifth point, which I would love to see all of us doing more of, but inviting others over on Sundays to come and watch the live stream, come watch service together, and then have a meal together afterwards. Especially most of us, we're doing online church because we do not have a physical church in our area that is teaching sound doctrine. And so we have to go and use this resource, which I'm so thankful for. It's a great thing to be able to have. But even greater is to be able to get to enjoy this with others. And so what about offering to friends, family, maybe just your next door neighbor, hey, we're watching church on Sunday. You want to come watch with us and we'll have a meal afterwards, right? Sit down and have lunch together. What a great way. Imagine if all of our families who are part of this church fellowship are also bringing in other families to come and watch and study and dig in with us. How cool could that be? So I definitely want to encourage you guys to do these different things. Not that you have to, but if you would like to have a fun Love Your Neighbor Day with us on February 12th, that would be super cool. We will post about it in the group. We'd love to hear from you guys and what you want to do. It can be something super simple or make it as, extravagant, I guess, as you want to. For us, we picked up a few decorations from Dollar Tree. I let the girls decorate. They had a fun time. It was nothing fancy, but still something a little festive and fun. We've made fun little parfaits, and the kids had Shirley Temples, and everything we ate was in a heart shape, and we played games and watched movies and read scripture and had a great time together doing that. We saw some of you, I asked what you guys have done. Some of you said the kids have gotten together with other friends and had like a little yard sale kind of swap meet between the kids, and then they take the money that they raised to give to a local ministry. That's a great idea. Another one that I loved was you made cookies and passed them out to neighbors and friends and family. And in the fun little cookies that you made, you put notes, you put cards of prayer requests. So people could go ahead and write in their prayer requests and either give them back to you or just email it to you or whatever the case may be. So then your family could be coming together and praying for your neighbors, praying for your friends and family. I thought that was an amazing idea. So all fun little ideas that we can do. Of course, comment below if you guys have some fun ideas that you would like to do, different ways that we can be loving our neighbors, and what an important thing to focus on and to train up our children, making sure that we're putting priorities on others above ourselves. One of the last little notes that I have here is this month coming up on the evening of the 25th and the day of the 26th is the biblical day of remembrance for Purim. Purim is the story that we see in Esther. It is one of the many times that we see God divinely work to preserve his people, the Jewish people. This story talks about how all of the Jewish people were to be killed on one certain day, but God raised up Esther for the time, such as what he used her for, where she went in and she sought an audience before her husband, the king, and was able to kind of interject a little bit there and ended up saving her people. God used her, right? Esther's the only book where we don't see God firsthand working and doing things. He's always kind of working behind the scenes. That's why you see the Jews when they celebrate today. It almost looks like Halloween, right? They're in costume, they're in disguise. That's my window, you guys. I'm so sorry for how much noise that's making. The wind is howling here and our house feels like it's going to fall apart. So I'm sorry, it's done it a few times. But it's the story of Esther, and we see how she preserves these people. And then at the end, on the day when all of the Jews were supposed to be annihilated, the character, who is this Antichrist of sorts that was trying to kill all of God's people, he himself is impaled. So they celebrated that this was a day that they had been delivered. And so Purim is a time of remembrance. And what a great time for us to be thankful for that, because through that we see the line of the Messiah. We see Jesus come from that, because God is faithful to his people still to this day, preserving them for just his perfect will, his perfect plan. And so for our family, we love reading the story of Esther. There's a movie we love watching, the Esther movie, talking about this, just how thankful we are that God is who he says he is, right? He is sovereign. He is in control. He does preserve, regardless of what evil Satan tries to do to his people, right? Satan has always been against the Jew, trying to strike down that seed to keep the Messiah from coming. But we know who wins, right? Christ came, he conquered the grave, and look what we have to look forward to. So our family loves reading Esther, watching the movie, talking about these things, and then you can't have Purim without Hamantashen. So we even shared here in the newsletter our favorite Hamantashen dough. These cookies are delicious, and we wait all year long to make them in our house. We put our recipe in here that we use with the website we get it from. They're these great little cookies. We make a whole day of it. Pastor Travis and his wife Alexis and their kiddos usually come over, and we make up a ton of dough. We get lots of different fillings, so the kids will put like chocolate chips of all various different types. They'll get different jams. You can do peanut butter, really anything. You make out the dough. We use mason jar lids to cut out circles. We let the kids put a little pile in the middle of sprinkles or chocolate chips, jams, whatever. They put that there in the middle, and then you just fold up the corners to make like a little triangle. We can put sprinkles on top, bake those, and they are delicious cookies that you get to eat. Again, another fun way you could also be loving your neighbor. You could make up a bunch of cookies or a little goodie basket. That's what the Jews do. They make up it's a great time of celebration, make gift baskets, go and share. And what a great opportunity to love our neighbors, make them a fun little basket, and go over and share. Why is Purim exciting, right? Why do we love? Why do we do these things? Well, we do it because the gospel of Jesus. He died, he rose, and he's coming back soon. And that's why we do all that we do. So that's pretty much the summary of what we had going on in our would have been much quicker just to read it instead of listening to me ramble. But I told you all of the things. Of course, if there's anything that we can lift up in prayer for you guys, reach out to us and let us know. Counsel, help, anything that you are in need of, please reach out and let us know. We thank you guys so much for everything that you're doing. Again, you guys, we want to be a generous church. We want to be a giving church. And it is through you guys and your generosity that we've been able to keep going like we are. We trust, we have faith completely in the Lord that if this is what he wants us to be doing, he will continue to provide the means to do so. And not only do we thank you guys for the means to physically keep the church and, our family going, but be able to provide for our church family. So if you are in need, reach out and let us know. Talk to myself, Pastor Brandon, Pastor Travis, Alexis. Let us know what you're in need of. If you have means to give to the church, we thank you guys for your faithfulness in doing that so that we can continue to be the church, right? To be here for one another, to help and grow and do all of the things. We thank you all for your prayers, especially with the ministry outreach that we get to help a little bit out in with Pastor Eric over in Ogimbo, Kenya, with the children's home that he has there and the ministry work he's doing there. And then Pastor Ravi over in India and all of the ministry work he's doing, being able to give little bits to them to support them in prayer and just different help is such a blessing. And the fact that this cool little internet thing allows us the ability to do all of that is just such a neat thing to see in our day and age. So I thank you guys again so much for listening to me about all of the things. I hope this helps. I hope this allows you to just kind of get all of the information. Again, if you have any questions, anything we can do, reach out and let us know. Otherwise, a bunch of things are linked down there. Make sure you come over and sign up to get next month's newsletter. And we will see you guys on Sundays, Wednesdays, Sunday evenings, the first Saturday of this month, and the last Friday of this month, right? All of the fun things. So thank you guys again so much. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.